Hello everybody, welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you are already a subscriber. In today's video, we're going to be doing a real-time plan with me for the week of June the 30th through July the 6th. I am trying to hunt for a pin in the background, so please excuse that. But we are going to do a black and white grayscale kind of theme this week. So I've got my Burtonville washi from James Bird Creative, which is unfortunately no longer available. I'm super sorry about that. Normally I use a very colorful version of this around Halloween, but because I am currently enrolled in Virtual Voyage 10, which you are going to hear me talk about so very much until the course is complete, I am going to be using James Bird Creative washis all month long in celebration of that. So the first thing that I wanted to do was go ahead and set up all of my trackers and fun stuff. So we're going to be doing that, and we're also just going to kind of get started with my Monday task list. Block off around 14, and then right above 19. Hopefully this is okay. Okay, I think so. Okay, and then I'm gonna use my Pilot G2 pen, 0.38, which used to be honestly like my go-to. I think I want to do like an uppercase theme this particular week because I don't normally. I'm gonna pop in all of my days first. I don't know, I just feel like uppercase is a little bit more Burton-y. Got that. And then I'm going to need something to back this up. Look better than a seasonal sticker book. So I just should need one to just get us at an okay level. Okay, so I'm trying to think. I still really have not cracked the code on my AM routine shenanigans, and that's been like one indicator. So I am I'm gonna leave this blank, and it'll be filled in by the end of the day. Gonna do I'm already not loving my handwriting. I feel like there's an additional fill in here that I'm not thinking of. Okay. I think that's it for this week. Okay, so I have put all my bills in there. I'll put my titles in once this dries a little bit. I'm using Tombow N89 for just like a soft gray situation. Okay, and then go gonna bounce over. I'm also using, this is my Hobonichi Han pencil board. I'm just using it behind the page because this pen does tend to write a little bit thicker than a normal like 0.38 would. I really despise writing at the bottom of these pages, so truthfully. Okay, and we're gonna have, I'm second guessing myself. I do that every time. Okay, we've got tracker, daily, weekly, weeks, trackers, daily, weekly, weeks back here. I don't know that I needed to put apartment, but floors, litter box, 10 minutes. Little. Thank God for whiteout, you know? Let that sit for just a second. I'm bouncing everywhere. Oh, I wondered why that looked so juicy. It's okay. It's Brittany. And I don't think I'll really notice it here as much. Maybe I do notice it, but it's done now. One of these days I'll get it like perfect. Aim high, you know? All right, so I am setting up all of my trackers and I'm gonna do okay, I wanna do plus and then do 30, 20, 10, 0. That's my markers. And then I am gonna do a task list right here because there's quite a bit that I need to do, but I don't know. I need to like check a couple sources. So I am gonna go ahead and put in my label here for personal. I just don't know what I want to write down because it is a holiday week here in the US and I don't exactly know what I want to put yet. Like definitely my normal stuff to some capacity, but also I do want to leave like a little bit of room for something different. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I will pop my weather in at the top. It is on my phone, so I'm gonna have to pull it from there. And this is just to give my hand somewhere to rest so it like doesn't drop off. So we will, since we're already on this side, let me go ahead and mark off make bed, and I'll finish writing litter box here. Most of this will be done later in the afternoon. I do make my bed every morning, and then I'll be leaving for work as soon as I'm out. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a slash for weekly here, because I've gotten started. I'm not going to check anything off on the personal side. As far as my mood and energy, let's just take a quick reading here. So my mood, I would say is that a share already? Good Lord, I can't be trusted with anything. I'm going to go ahead and put an okay, and my energy is like right here. So I'm going to do that. So we've got that going for us. So now I'm going to get into the actual planning for today for a sec. Not too crazy yet. Okay. So I did actually wake up rather late, unfortunately. I have lofty aspirations today, that is for certain. So I'm gonna do a little thing about, this is what I am very curious on. Okay. Let's say I started it about here. And I do have some things that I want to put above that, but this is a good place to start. I'm not going to put too much down, so don't get like incredibly excited just yet. I might save, I don't know. I lost my train of thought a bit. All right, I think what I'm gonna do is the computer work one. I do estimate it'll be a bit chaotic today, just because it's Monday on a short week. So I'm gonna leave that blank for now and not really fill in too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 30. So like down here. I do need to have like a grocery icon, and I don't think I have any. That's not true. I think I do have a lot. I'm gonna try to keep things pretty neutral this week, or see how that goes for me. And I feel like I had some like black icons in this one I could use. Perfect. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, need to go grocery shopping here. I'm gonna leave it blank to see where all I end up having to go, because I need to make a list during work. And I do need to start some laundry and some dishwashing stuff this afternoon. So I'm gonna I woke up very late this morning, to be honest. So I'm just gonna do a tidy apartment situation right there. So the majority of this little clip is gonna be just the setup. So I'm gonna put that there. So the next time that I pop the camera on, I'm gonna have this filled in with my personal task list. I'm so mad these pins like bled through so bad. I'm also gonna pop the weather in, and what I have started doing is when I am at the office, I write in whatever it is that I'm doing, because if I try to like plan it out at home, it doesn't always work out that well. And also like I do take breaks in the midst of this. So like usually I'll have like my work task list up here, and then I'll go into different things. So I'll probably keep like a post-it or something on the side of anything. Like I know I need to, here's what I'm trying to explain. So there's going to be some work tasks that I place in here. I wish I probably do have an example. Okay, this would be a great one. So I've got like my work tasks right here, and then I worked on my Hobonichi weeks, and then I paid some bills, checked my finances, ordered an Amazon order. Like, but that was during the week, during the work day. If that makes sense. So I'll kind of do something similar here. I'll write down the work projects that I'm working on, and then I want to work on updating my Hobonichis, both weeks and cousin. And then I also need to do some meal planning. I also need to print off some virtual voyage things and save everything, as Teachable is going away at the end of, I think October. I think we're supposed to have everything downloaded by August. So, and I have a lot of virtual voyage classes that I'm gonna have to go through this with. So that's kind of become my 10-minute task for right now. But things like that. So I will be working on other projects, which I will fill you guys in on whenever I'm back this afternoon, or I will just give you a peek. We'll see how that works out. But that's where I'm going to leave you at for the moment. Perfect. See you soon. Hello again. As you can see, I have filled in far more than I told you I was going to, because this week completely got away from me. So we are retroactively going to fill in lots of things. I may have to take pauses as well to look up some information, but we're gonna do the best we can. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna use my little pencil board, because this particular pen, the Pilot G2.38 that I'm using, is a little bit juicier and thicker than my normal 0.38, but we are going to be fine. So I am going to just go ahead and list off. Thankfully, I did keep some notes for the week, thankfully. And it was a short week in a work sense. That was weird. Oh, it's because there's a sticker behind it. It made my handwriting go crazy. And then put moon. Okay, I do need to grab my ruler. it was a normal work day. 1, 2, 3, 4:30. And I actually ended up going to Publix on my lunch break. But I'm gonna write in Publix and Kroger. Right there. And I'm going to write in, wow, that is not cute handwriting at all right there. Okay. As far as after work would have gone, I probably just tidied. I don't 100% know, truthfully. Yeah, I didn't do anything super fun, I don't think. I probably would have worked a little bit on my tags. I think I was still working on my tags at that point because I was like wrapping them up for Tag Tuesday maybe. Hard to say, but I do want to maybe I think I'm just gonna put another little dot and put VV10. I really don't like my handwriting today. Wow, it is not super great. It was just probably tidy the apartment and probably watching Rings of Power, if I'm being honest. Okay. And then I think I started oh, this is a mess already and we haven't even started. Oh, good Lord. Okay, we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so Tuesday morning, tidy apartment, because that's literally what I do every morning. And then I'm gonna do a work sticker. And it was like, it was a very chaotic day for sure. I'm definitely using that for a different day, but I think I want to use, am I all out? No, I do have some over here. I'll use this little paperwork, dude. Again, normal work day. And again, I'm super sorry for the lack of real-timeness that this became. I think I had everything at this point for like, I don't remember stopping necessarily on the way home, but I definitely feel like I did. I don't think I went to Kroger. I actually didn't. I know where I went. I went to Target. And then I did Kroger a different time. Because I left everything there. So I'll let that settle for just a second, because I'm pretty sure I went to Kroger on no, I didn't. That's a lie. This is what happens when you don't take good notes and you retroactively plan. Not that anybody cares but me, but I do want to be accurate, so it is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna start making some notes. I didn't start this early, but I'm just gonna start here. I have always been kind of okay with not taking notes sometimes, only because I'll write something down and I'm like, that doesn't feel right. And it'll take me a few minutes to figure it out like it did now, but yeah. Okay. And then Target here. And then I ended up going to Kroger on Thursday. Open to interpretation there. We'll leave it blank until I can think of something. And I want to find the crafty kind of scissors and glue. I don't get to use this one very often, so I'm definitely going to take advantage. And then I'm going to do BV10 Digi Stamp collage. I started working on it here and then continued working on it later in the day. Like I said, I don't 100% remember what happened after work, truthfully. There. If I do recall, I'll let you know. Because I definitely didn't really leave the house much on Wednesday. I do put down the elliptical. I can keep that one out. And did 30-minute, and then I read, and I think I figured this out a little bit ago. I think it was like chapter 15, maybe, that I read. I think that makes sense. I think I might have even done more. I keep messing up my reading tracker. If you look really close, you'll see where I'm trying to cover it in white Signo Univol. Let's see if it shows up. Yeah, it kind of shows up a little bit. Okay, and then as far as work tasks go, I really didn't have much. I actually do hate that I've already done this because I'm pretty sure I read more than 30 pages looking back, but such is life at this point. So I'm gonna just make a little and do check-ins. I really had strived very hard to not have a lot to do at that particular time. I do want to see what other little nifty tiny circle icons I have that would have been applicable. And I'm kind of trying to keep it a little bit grayscale if I can. I'm gonna put my current obsession. Right, and then I'm going to do one of these little guys. I will go ahead and just put tidy apartment because I did work on that throughout the day. That little lady, and I'll put wafers and pudding. I don't know that I necessarily needed that little arrow, but we're gonna let him live there. And then I'm gonna see if I have like an Adams I'll do Morticia. I don't know that there was a Wednesday. Yeah, there was never a Wednesday. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so live on the Lido deck, Whimsy Ween edition was here. I was quite frankly tidying the apartment, working on wafers, and what am I doing? VV10 content. I was working on Digistamps, and I was, I think, trying to move on to what is she called? Oh, what the heck was she called? I was trying to start the next assignment, which was like, she's like a willow girl, but that's not what it's called, and it's gonna drive me bananas until I look it up. That's very annoying. Mother Nature Journal Girl. I could like see the N in my head. And so I'm gonna do and Mother Nature Journal Girl. I'm just gonna do that. And then I was also working on laundry. And then Jeffrey surprised me and came over. I think this night I literally just worked on my VV10 collage. I have like half of mine to just like draw this until like 10 o'clock at night, to be honest. And I think I'm gonna do that because that's literally what I did for the rest of the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I literally did it until bedtime. And I watched like a whole bunch of movies in the background. Okay. Then on Thursday, we're gonna use a I don't want to be here sticker. And we're gonna put it right there. I did not want to be at my office, and I only went in for one reason, and that ended up not being actually applicable. So it was very, very frustrating. Oh, my light went out. Sorry, hold on. Sorry about that. Let's get everything refocused. This is very disjointed as a video, so I apologize. I am just a little bit discombobulated today. I think it's because I'm just like egregiously behind. So I'm gonna do tidy apartment, and then I'm gonna move my sheet over because I can feel that it's juicy back there. Okay, I'm gonna do tidy apartment, laundry, and wafers. I made some more vanilla wafers that morning. And then quite honestly, I probably didn't have that much to really handle. I think I finished up love. I probably worked on Rogers. These are some very dicey guesstimations. I'm just gonna put ASAP RT to cover my butt. I'm gonna put a little icon, if I can find one that's black. Maybe a thumbs up. Or let me see if I have like anything kind of like celebratory that's not a heart. Got watering cans, galore. I'll just do the thumbs up. April's presents. Do some hearts. Gave my boss her birthday presents. And then right after that, I drove to my mom's. And Trader Joe's, so I'm looking for a Trader Joe's sticker. This little guy. So I went to mom's. Went to Trader Joe's. I went to Kroger. And then I needed to make more pudding, and I'm just gonna be silly down here and put more wafers. I basically ended up making over 24 cups of pudding over the course of like this whole time. So I was very pudding out by that point. And then on Friday, so Friday proper was 4th of July. So I can put some of these stickers back as I go. But I do want to try to see if I have like a, I kind of want to look in the summer section. Okay. Because I rarely get to use like bathing suit type of things, so I'm kind of excited about it. And she's like red, white, and blue, so this is super cute. We did not get there until like 3 or 4, so I'm gonna put it down here even though it started earlier. Slip and slide at Justin's. And this went all night. But it was super fun. They rented, Justin's neighbor rented a like 18, 19 foot inflatable slip and slide. So think bouncy house with a slide, a water slide. And I thought that the water slide was rented from like 1 to 7, and I was like, okay, the kids are gonna kind of monopolize it for like that first 2 hours, and we had already like collectively as adults, not all of us, but like it had already been said that we were going to do like an adult swim type of thing. If you're not familiar with that, what that is, it's like if you go to a public pool and the kids like swim for like 45 minutes, but the last 15 minutes an hour the adults can get in there and do laps or just float. Like there's like an adult period of time, and we'd already kind of discussed that, so that definitely was in play. But then I found out when I got there that the slide had gone up at like 11 o'clock, 11:30, something like that. So the kids had had plenty of time on it, and I literally was so upset that we were so late, because I thought we were gonna get there around like 1 or 2. We didn't get there till like 4. And so we were really late, and I was super sad about it, honestly, and spent a ton of time thereafter on said slide. Like I think I spent from 6 to like 7 solid on it. And they didn't even take it down right dead at 7. But I needed to go get something to eat, so that's what I did. But otherwise, I was straight making pudding and wafers. Up until that point, because quite honestly, I really just like underestimated how much I was gonna need. So let's use this. And yeah, I did get up very early to continue the pudding project, basically. Pudding, wafers. Even though I haven't marked anything else that I've really watched, I do want to like bring a tiny icon into that. And I do kind of hate that like when I'm back planning like this, that I'm kind of like meh until I figured it out. So I'm really sorry about that. Obviously I was off this day, but I don't know that I mean, I could use the day off sticker, but I don't know that that's particularly necessary. But yeah, I just get kind of meh because I feel bad that I didn't do it in real time, and yeah, I get in my feelings about it. I'm gonna do a little movie icon. I've got a couple movies that I'm actually gonna get to put in here, I think. So I had to get ready somewhere in here, obviously, but I know I started. That is all kind of cockatooed. And I know I have several pairs of tweezers hanging around here. I'm gonna also put kitchen, because I was cleaning up as I went very well. And I'm gonna do Hamilton. And the Patriot, which is unfortunately going to roll over into the next day a little bit, but that's okay. And then I can do tidy apartment and laundry. I was just trying to do my best in between making, because I had done like 1, 2, 3, and then ended up doing 4, 5, and 6. Like I ended up having more time because it got later and later and later in the day. But like I was just trying to make as much as I could, because the thing was, it took 12 cups for the container that I brought to the one on 4th of July. Just to clarify, I was making banana pudding from scratch. Sorry, I just assumed that everybody was in my banana brain. So I decided that I was gonna make banana pudding for the 4th of July and take it to 2 separate events. The event on Friday had like 30, 40 people, and then the event on Saturday had like 20, maybe, if that, like probably 15. I don't even think it was that, y'all. Like, that might be an over extension, but yeah, like somewhere in that range. So like way less people. But I was not really sure if I was going to take big containers. Long story short, I still had a bunch of leftovers, which was great because I ended up being able to share with other people. So not a super bad thing. We obviously slept in the next day, and we ended up having breakfast at Justin's, for a few reasons, but mainly because some people had not come to bed at a decent hour and therefore still needed to get some stuff out of their systems. So we didn't get to head out very quickly. So it was like down in here. By the way, I was not that someone because I am a pumpkin. But I also have really bad dreams, so I was very groggy. Sleep in and breakfast at Justin's. That was not the plan. Originally, we were supposed to go out to breakfast, so that was a little chaotic. So I had to tidy the apartment, get ready, make pudding, and then go to Carly's from there. And that was another slip and slide, but I don't want to use, let's see, do I want to use maybe like a different kind of icon? What appointment or to do? And this one was supposed to start at like 2, and I got there about 4, because I had to get ready and then get the pudding ready and take it as well. I'm gonna do, I kind of want to put this little like place sticker because at someone's house, but yeah, 2, 3, 4, we can put it about here. And then I'm also gonna put a little dot for call Goodyear dot brakes. And then slip and slide at the winds. And that went, I don't know, I feel like we got home kind of late from that too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I feel like 8 o'clock's really good because then it took us a little bit to get home. I'm gonna put 2 p.m. to question mark because there was like kind of no stop time, even though I didn't get there till 4. I just kind of want to have that noted a little bit. I'm also trying to make sure I've kind of got like some symmetry to this, and I do feel like I've got some symmetry. This week looks insane. Sunday we slept in again and then had coffee, but then we went to breakfast. I would say I would use coffee, but it was like late, probably around here. Wow, Publix. And then we went back to his house. Tidy. Ungalo. And then we went to my house. And I don't know that I have like a garden sticker. Let me just do like a little chef hat. This one's kind of cute. It was more like here. I'm gonna do mac and cheese and this handwriting is worse than when we started, you guys. I swear it is. And then we rewatched The Old Guard. And then in between here, I think I just want to do like a little black check mark if I can find it, of just some things I was working on in between. If I can't, it's not going to be that big of a deal, and I'll just bullet point. I could do like this one. I don't. I feel like that's kind of encompassing. It really was like, when I tell you, a runaway train kind of week. I'm gonna move this so that you guys can see this absolute nonsense of a week. I know this is probably not the most exciting plan with me that I've ever done, so I think I'm gonna do another one just as like a condolence. That's the only way I can describe it. But I like the very simple, like black, like the heavy black and white gray vibes. Like I really do enjoy that, and just the little baby pops here and there. I do like that I've got a good smattering of different brands. I'm really endeavoring to do more of that, is like showcase a few more brands. I don't love that this is probably not the most accurate spread I've ever done, and typically I would have just kind of abandoned it, but I don't know. I also feel like this is like your encouragement to like test your memory a little bit and go back. Like I said, I take notes and keep stuff on Post-its all the time, and I'm not always, there goes my light again. I literally just tapped my journal to focus it, which is probably not that great. But I will wrap up this video. And I'm sorry for all the camera shaking and everything. This is definitely not my best work. I think we can all agree on that, but I hope you guys did garner at least some nuggets of information from this video, even if it is just to backdate and persevere. Nonetheless, it was a lovely week in the world of Virtual Voyage 10. I had a lovely time, and I am completely heartbroken that I did not take a picture of my makeup because it was flawless. I am looking forward to, at the time that this video goes up, later this evening, we are going to be doing another live night, and it's going to be themed around Daisy, a character who he created, which I'm super excited to be doing. I've just been having such a blast in the course. Even though last week was a runaway train, a lot of that was just the holiday weekend. I literally was not alone for more than like 2 hours after Friday afternoon kicked off. Like, it was just nonstop, and it was a lot of peopling and a lot of energy draining, and I was really kind of sad because I wanted some more time to work on art and just fill this in and all the things. But I think it came together okay. Not my best, but I'm very glad I persevered. I hope you guys had a great week, and I look forward to seeing you guys however I see you. And in the meantime, please forgive me for this terrible content moment, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. But until then, enjoy creating your own little summer wonderlands. Bye, everyone.